Hello, Pearl and Onyx. Nona here. I found a book on the internet that is so old. My mom used to read it to me when I was about Pearl's age, and I remember her reading it to me, so I found it so that I could read it to you guys. It was written in 1969, which is the year I was born. It's called Belinda's New Spring Hat, and it is so much fun. So open your book and find this page near the beginning, and we'll start the story. It says, for Jane Emily. I wonder who Jane Emily was. What a pretty name. It was spring. The birds were singing. The flowers were blooming. Do you guys like to draw flowers when you're playing with your crayons and pencils? You can never draw too many flowers. They can go everywhere. All the ladies had new spring hats. They were going to wear them on Sunday. Mother, Aunt Jane, Cousin Ruth, Grandma. Belinda watched them all as they tried on their hats. She said, I would like a new spring hat too. Mother said, of course you would. We will get you one. When? Belinda asked. Well, not today, said Mother, but soon. Just wait. Belinda waited. All the time she was playing and eating lunch and resting, she waited. Look at that. She's actually chasing butterflies around while she's waiting. That's a really good tip. If you're ever waiting for something, you should find something to do, and then it won't seem like you're waiting so long. My favorite thing to do when I'm waiting is to read a book. At last she decided not to wait any longer. I'll have to find a hat myself, she thought. Look at her up in that tree. Can you see the squirrel and the birds and her shoes and socks? Good drawings in this book. So she began to look for one. She looked in her room first, and right away she found something. Here's a good hat, she said. And she put it on her head and went to show Mother. Why, Belinda, said Mother. What's that on your head? It's my new spring hat, said Belinda. How does it look? It looks lovely, said Mother. It looks like a lampshade. Belinda looked in the mirror. It did look like a lampshade. She put it back on the lamp and went to find something else. This time she looked in the living room. Here's a good hat, she said, and she went to show Aunt Jane. Why, Belinda, said Aunt Jane. What's that on your head? It's my new spring hat, said Belinda. Is it all right? Well, it's fine, said Aunt Jane, but it's rather large, almost like a waste paper basket. Belinda tried to look in the mirror again, but she couldn't see. She lifted her hat and peeked. It did seem to be a waste paper basket. She put it on the floor, and she picked up the pieces of paper that had fallen out of it. Then she looked around some more. She looked in the kitchen. This ought to make a good hat, she said, and she went to show Grandma. Why, Belinda, said Grandma, what is that on your head? It's my new spring hat, said Belinda. Do you like it? It's charming, said Grandma, only it does look a little like the cat's basket. Belinda sighed. It was the cat's basket. She put it back and the cat got into it. I must have a new hat, said Belinda, or I'll have nothing to wear on Sunday. I'll look again. She looked in the hall closet. Maybe this will do, she said, and she went to show Cousin Ruth. Cousin Ruth was just getting ready to go out. She was hunting for something. When she saw Belinda, she said, Why, Belinda, what is that on your head? What do you think Belinda said? It's my new spring hat, said Belinda. Does it look nice? It looks like my shopping basket, said Cousin Ruth. May I borrow it to go shopping? Okay, said Belinda. She took it off and gave it to Cousin Ruth. But what shall I do for a hat? She wondered. She looked on the porch. Oh, how about this? Oh my gosh, what do you think she's putting on her head this time? Just then, someone came up the steps. She ran to see who it was. It was Daddy, and he had 2 packages, one under each arm. "Hello, Daddy," said Belinda. "Why, it's Belinda," said Daddy. "What is that on your head?" "It's my new spring hat," said Belinda. "How do you like it?" "Very becoming," said Daddy. "And it's different. There won't be another girl with a hat like that." Belinda smiled from under the hat. You could trust Daddy to say the right thing. Then she looked at the packages. "What have you got there, Daddy?" she asked. "Oh," said Daddy, "this is a rose bush for Mother. Would you like to help me plant it?" "Of course," said Belinda. "In what?" "In a flower pot, of course," said Daddy. "I bought one specially." "Where is it?" Belinda asked. "In this box," said Daddy, and he gave Belinda the other package. Belinda pulled off the string. See, there's a clue right there. You can tell that this book is old because people don't wrap packages in string anymore, but they really should because that's kind of fun. She took off the lid. She looked inside. There was tissue paper. "What a funny way to wrap a flower pot," she said. She pulled out some tissue paper and more tissue paper and more tissue paper. And there, in the bottom of the box was a flower pot, said Daddy. "Daddy, you're not going to plant a rose bush in that," said Belinda. "You think not?" said Daddy. "Perhaps you're right. What shall we do? It's too late to buy another." "Take my hat," said Belinda. "Sure you don't mind?" said Daddy. "Not a bit," said Belinda. "Well, all right," said Daddy, "if you insist. But you'll have to wear the flower pot." "I'd love to," said Belinda. And on Sunday, she did. Is that cool or what? So, if you guys don't have a new spring hat to wear, you could go and look all over your house and all over the garden and the yard and see what you can find and put it on your head. It's big fun. Give your mom a hug for me and your dad, and be good girls for your mom, okay? Have a good day. Love you, and I'll see you soon.